Welcome back to my channel where I share my experiences as a tourist guide in Egypt. It's me. Today I am going to tell you about what happened when we went spelunking, or as we say here, cave exploring in the desert of Egypt. And this is the real experience. So let's go. We were driving for 3 hours from Cairo to a place called Samalaut. This is where all the beautiful tombs are in the desert. We are going to see some of them today. There are 3 major archaeological sites there. First is the necropolis of El Hamidiya, which dates to the 26th dynasty. Then you have the necropolis of Al-Sheikh Abd el-Qurna, which is a huge complex of tombs that also dates to the 26th dynasty, but it stretches all the way to the Ptolemaic and Roman periods. Then there's a third site, which is actually my favorite one, the necropolis of El Dir el-Medina, which dates from the 25th dynasty until the Talmudic period as well. Now, for the past few months, my family and I have been searching for hidden tombs in this area. Now, they're not really hidden because the local Bedouins know exactly where they are, but for the tourists they are because there are no signs and there's no service. But we managed to find 3 of these tombs. You can see this one behind me. Another one that we found earlier, and this other one, which is my favorite. This tomb is actually a tomb of 2 people. Here we have the burial of an elite woman named Teherite Isis, and the other one is an elite male. His name was Menameri. And here we can see the beautiful paintings. They are in a very good condition compared to other tombs. These are just a small sample of the many tombs that we have seen throughout the past few months. Now, after our tour, my friends, my colleagues, and I decided to go off the beaten path and explore this area. So we went to this valley called Wadi al-Hul. It's a very beautiful valley. The road gets bumpy after a while, and then you reach a point where you need to walk from there to get to the tombs. We started walking under the hot sun. Everybody was exhausted. We were carrying water with us. We left early in the morning, so we had enough water to keep us hydrated. But then at one point we thought, okay, let's take a break and have some fun in the water. So everybody jumped into the water and we were swimming around. It was really fun. We stayed for like half an hour just having fun, taking videos, pictures, and all that stuff. And then we continued on the trail, and after a bit, I saw a tomb entrance. It was right above me. And I said, "Oh my God, look guys, we found another tomb." It's like these tombs keep following us, but it's amazing. We kept walking down this narrow passage, and we could see the sun coming through this hole in the ceiling and creating this amazing view of the light hitting the ground right below us. We took a lot of videos and photos because it's just amazing how nature works, how over time the rock erodes and these holes appear in the ceilings of these tombs. And it's just amazing how you have these shafts of sunlight hitting the floor of the tombs, giving it this golden touch. Then we proceeded deeper inside the tomb, and then suddenly the ground gave way beneath my feet and I fell. What happened was that there was a part of the ceiling that had fallen, and there was a hole underneath. So when I stepped on that spot, the ground gave way and I fell. Luckily, there was water underneath, so I didn't hurt myself. I was just soaked with mud, but luckily my phone was safe and sound. We took some pictures of me stuck in the mud, and then we helped each other pull me out. And then we continued deeper into the tomb, so the tomb has this T-shaped layout. To the right side, it goes further into darkness. It gets pretty dark in there, it's pretty narrow as well, and I don't know if you can see this, but there are these little pebbles on the ground that sparkle and they almost look like gold. But no, they are just pebbles, but we didn't have any flashlights with us. So we couldn't go any deeper. We only went as far as this room over here. And then from here, the tomb continues on the other side. So we walked back, came to this cross section, and then we went the other way. And this is where we found the second chamber. In this chamber, the rock was eroded in a very interesting way. It formed these beautiful shapes, and we saw a lot of petroglyphs. Petroglyphs are ancient drawings that were carved or chiseled on stone surfaces. They date back thousands of years. We saw a lot of animal figures, mostly cows, bulls, and goats. We even saw a figure of a human being with what looks like wings. It could be an angel or a demon. I don't really know. And we saw this rope figure, which is interesting because we think it represents the sky. So these petroglyphs are quite mysterious, and they made us wonder what was going on in the minds of the ancient Egyptians who made them. Were they trying to depict gods? Were they trying to show their everyday life? Or were they just making random markings on the walls? We don't know. But it's always fun to speculate and try to piece together the mysteries of the past. And this rope motif is something that we have seen a lot in this area. So these types of symbols and patterns are typically found in rock art, which is a form of prehistoric art that consists of images drawn or carved on rocks. Rock art is typically created using natural pigments, minerals, or charcoal. It is often difficult to date precisely because it is often found in remote areas. Archaeologists use a variety of methods to determine the age of rock art, including the analysis of materials used and the style of the artwork itself. As we continue our exploration, we discovered more intricate drawings of animals such as a gazelle, a type of bird, maybe a duck, and some type of reptile. The presence of these various animals suggests that the ancient Egyptians had a deep connection to the natural world around them. They may have been hunting these animals for food or simply admired their beauty and wanted to capture it in their art. The inclusion of winged creatures adds an element of mystery and wonder to the artwork. These could be representations of gods or supernatural beings. Their ability to fly would have been seen as a remarkable feat, and they may have been associated with concepts such as freedom or the afterlife. The rope or line motifs may represent various things depending on the context. It could symbolize the sky or the Milky Way. It may also denote boundaries or act as a guide for rituals or ceremonies. The discovery of these carvings raises many questions about the beliefs and practices of the ancient Egyptians. What kind of rituals did they perform in these places? What did they believe about the afterlife? And how did they view the world around them? Unfortunately, we may never have all the answers. However, by studying these carvings and other artifacts, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the rich culture and history of the ancient Egyptians and their place in human history. After a lot of exploration, we decided to return home. The drive back was silent because everyone was tired and we didn't talk much. The next day, I uploaded some of the videos and photos to social media, and this generated a lot of controversy because people were asking questions like, "Why did you do this? Why did you go there? Is this allowed? Can I do this too?" Well, let me answer these questions for you. First of all, yes, it's allowed. This is a public area. Anybody can go there. As long as you follow the rules, you can visit these places. Secondly, yes, you can go there. But I suggest that you bring a flashlight with you because it does get dark in there. Also, bring some extra clothes because the water can get cold and it's very slippery, so make sure to wear appropriate footwear. And most importantly, do not go alone. Always go with somebody else. Let somebody know where you are going. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. See you next time.